My name is Musembi Nthenge. Welcome to the nursery again. Like I say, today I'm going to take you through the journey of how we started and where we are heading to and what we are currently doing. I'll also introduce a few of my partners. If they are not around, we'll just give you their names and post what they have been doing and how they assist us for the purpose of today. Basically, I will talk about the trees we're planting, the kind of flowers we are also planting, and the rest will be as we start the interview. Boy, kazi inaanza bwana. Yes, Musembi Nthenge's tree nursery journey. I started thinking about starting a tree nursery after I met a man who was very, very keen in seeing development of young people. I was not young as per se, but he was the age of my father. So he told me, Musembi, what are you doing nowadays that you have stopped working for the government of Kenya? I said, no, I'm not doing much, but I want to start doing foreign exchange, change money at the city market. He said, no, I don't think that's a very good job. Why don't you think of planting trees? I said, yeah, I might think of it, but I'm not sure that I know anything about it. He said, no, you can learn on the job. You can learn while doing. You can do some research. You are an educated person. You've been out of the country. You've been about the world. I think you can pursue that and you can do very well. I told him, but you see, at the moment, I have a very big financial burden, because I'm still educating my children. I've got a few children who are studying in India. I've got some children who are in secondary school, and I have one or two who are still in primary school. This was in the year 1998. 98. Then I forgot about it, but around the year 2000, I moved completely from Nairobi and moved into a river at a place called Kinanie, where I started farming. Now I'd forgotten about the tree nursery, by the way. I'd forgotten about the tree nursery. But then I started doing tomatoes. My wife was operating from Shaurimoyo Bama Market, and then I told her, you will be going to the city every morning. Me, I'll remain here at home, and I will do irrigation farming. And I got a young man called Morevi. He's not a young man then, anymore now. So we started with Morevi. Morevi is a man from Meru, and he told me that Morevi told me that we can actually do a lot of irrigation farming. And I told him how well is he, how good does he know about farming? He said he knows He knows quite a bit, and he's been working in these chambers at Kinanie for a while. I told him, okay, let's come and start. So we started. We did very well with the tomato farming, but now the marketing became the problem. We could not sell as much as we were. We were inputting so much that when we do the sales, we were not. We were only breaking even, and we were not making any profit. And we were working very hard. We were employing people on a daily basis. We had employed some people on a permanent basis. And I found out that I was just working for other people. I was not putting any money in my pocket. So I decided to stop. Then I went back to the city. When I went back, I started going back to the city on a daily basis. You know, I'm a curio dealer. My father is a curio dealer. So I started going around his shop at the city market, stall number 1. And I started hanging around there, trying to see what I can do. Then I met this Mzee Musilondolo. Mzee Musilondolo told me, now I can see now you can... You might be ready to start doing your planting of trees. I hear that you have moved to Kinanie. I told him, yeah, I've moved to Kinanie. I've started. I'm doing tomato farming, vegetable farming. Actually, I'm doing mixed farming. I've kept some sheep. I've some dairy cattle. Oh, he told me that's a very good idea. You can really work on that. But then I told him, but you see, the problem is that I need money to expand. He said, no, you don't need money to expand. What you need is to think about starting at a simple, at the level you have started, and then you will organically grow. I said, okay, I am, but I think I'm not getting any profits. I'm working for the most of the money goes with the employees. The inputs are very expensive because I have to pump water from the Athi river to my place. It's about 1 kilometer. The machine is always every now and then breaking down. I have to repair it. I told him I'm finding it very difficult. He told me, no, with a nursery it will be very easy. I said, anyway, I since I don't have the poly bags, I will look for some money and buy some poly bags and go and start. Then he said, no, you don't have to wait for long. If you've made up your mind, I'll show you what to do. He told me, see, we met at around on Koinange Street. There's a small restaurant there that he used to like to go and take tea. So we met there with the Musilondolo one day, and he told me, are you ready to go and buy the poly bags today? I said, yeah, I am. So he gave me 2,000 shillings. Wow. And I was broke. Actually, didn't have money. I only maybe had the bus fare. So I thought, oh, this is a lot of money. I should use this money for something else. But I said no. Since I've told the Musilo that I'm going to start the tree nursery, I better start. Because I regarded him as my dad. Because he was very good friends with my dad. They had started in Kikomba doing wood carvings and all that. And they had done a lot of the things together. And I decided then to go and buy the poly bags for planting the seedlings. So I went with the 2,000. I got so many poly bags. I didn't believe it. I found that it's affordable. So I came. I started small, and I continued. And up to date, I'm doing the same. Unfortunately, he passed on before he saw my work because at one time he came to Kinanie. He had come to visit a friend. He had brought some trees to a friend, a former PS, Mr. Dan Mule. He had brought some trees. So when we met again in the city, he told me, I passed at your place. I asked him, when you were in Kinanie, he told me, yeah, I was in Kinanie. I brought some trees to PS Mole, and I saw that you were doing something. But I saw you doing some trees on the perimeter. Oh, I said, yeah, I've started, but you didn't manage to come in so you can see the nursery. He told me, no, don't worry, I'll come another time. Unfortunately, he didn't. This was during the Kibaki era. That is 202, it was about 204, 205, around that time. Yeah, it was actually around 204. Then in the year 2005, there was it was not an election, it was what you call the Chungwa banana referendum. And I was a banana man. We were defeated by the Chungwa boys. Because I had planted bananas around my perimeter. I had done a lot of bananas. I was getting them from the Waridi across the far, but there was a Mr. Odhiambo who was doing farming at the Waridi Flower Company site. He had been given a place where he was doing some farming. He was in charge of the irrigation there. So I had collected some tubers, banana suckers, and I had planted a lot of bananas, by the way. So then I told the then MP, Member Parliament for Kaviani, Chalo Kaindi, that I'll support you because I do bananas. He was a banana man. It was not out of conviction, it was just out of interest, because I just wanted to show him that I'm supporting him. And since he was in a banana, we did the campaign on the banana side. Unfortunately, the referendum did not go very well. And in the year 2007, he lost. My nursery was not picking up. I was still, trying. By the year 2009, I started buying trees. I was seedlings on Mombasa Road. Actually, I met this young man called Ngwele. Ngwele, we at the engine petrol station there. I think it was Zahara petrol station near Devki. So he started showing me how to do how to propagate Cuveria, Casuarina, and many other trees. So I started buying from him actually. But before that, I had actually planted quite a few trees. I had started with some Nandi frame, which didn't do very well. And then I discovered that I could also do some called the acacia. Then I went to Waridi, started a nursery. There was a self-help group that started across the river from Kinanie, Waridi Flower Company. They had started a self-help group nursery, and I bought a lot of acacia trees, acacia seedlings, and I did what is called a lot of the polyacantha, and they did very well actually. My compound is surrounded by them. I mean, not surrounded, but has plenty of them. And then I decided that's what I'll go for. So by the year 2012, I had really become now a nursery man. And I started now propagating slowly, but basically for my own consumption. I just was doing nurseries because what happened is that I used to buy to come and plant. And I had started my own nursery, which I was not very sure of what I'm doing. But then sitting with Ngwele decided to educate me or to show me how to go about it. So I learned time. By the end of that decade, by the end of by 2010, 2012, not 2012, by the end of let's say beginning of 2011, 2011, 2012, 2013, my nursery had started showing up. I had already planted enough trees. Now I had continued now buying the nini again, the poly bags, and my nursery was continuing. It started slowly. Unfortunately, towards the end of, beginning of 2016, unfortunately I lost my dear wife, Jane, and I kind of got devastated, but I just decided to move on because what else could I have done? So we continued. I continued with my nursery. By 2019, I was doing very well. My nursery was now picking up. I was now even selling some seedlings to people. People would come and buy. Then the COVID comes. And COVID comes, I decide, oh no, this is the time to do it in a big way, because now I'm not even traveling. Because the other time I was just doing it like, it was more of a hobby. My nursery was more of a hobby. And like I am saying, the idea was not to go and buy trees, but to germinate and propagate for my own consumption. Let's talk about the kind of trees that we propagate and plant, and also develop in our nursery or cell. We have the Acacia polyacantha, commonly known as the falcon's claw acacia. Its major use is charcoal, and it also is good for firewood. In Kikamba, it's called the Iboboa. Actually, there is a place in Lukenya called Ibobowani, because there were a lot of those trees when the Lukenya Ranching and Farming Cooperative Society was formed. There's an area that had a lot of those Iboboas. Actually, a lot of this Lukenya land around the Kinanie and Lukenya Hills has a lot of acacia trees. Actually, they naturally grow here. Then we also do the Acacia totilis, Acacia xanthopolio, and then we also are doing the Eucalyptus camandulensis. Eucalyptus camandulensis is a kind of river-red gum trees that are used basically for poles and firewood. There is also the Eucalyptus globulas, also known as the Tasmanian blue gum. This is very good for timber and firewood also. Then we have the Graveria robusta, that's the silky oak, or in other terms it's called the mukema. Mukema is also very good for timber and also for firewood. We also have the jacaranda mimosifolia. That's the jacaranda, is good for firewood and also used for carvings. We have the Melia volcanis, that is the mokau, that's good for timber and firewood. We are also doing the Casuarina river oak poles, that's good for poles and firewood. We have the Lucina or Lucina, that is a very fast growing tree, and it's very good for nitrogen fixation. It's a nitrogen fixation tree. It has multiple uses. Basically, the leaves are used to feed on cattle, goats, sheep, poultry. It's also very valuable during the dry season. It's good for agroforestry. It is intercropped with crops to increase soil fertility through nitrogen fixation. It provides shades and mulch and reduces erosion. It's also used for firewood or fuel wood, as we will call it. It's very good for soil improvement, as we have just told you. Then we have, and it's good for green manure. You can use it a lot when you're doing any composite manure. Yeah, when you need the green, you use it, and it's also used for mulching. It's good for erosion control. and land rehabilitation. Or the macadamia tree fruit has got edible nuts. We also do that. We also do avocado trees. We do the mango trees. We do the guava trees. And then there is the moringa. And most of these fruit trees have come to learn that they also have a lot of medicinal values, especially the leaves. You can make tea out of the leaves. And with that tea, it helps you control blood sugar, helps to boost your immunity. So I would recommend that you try and do guava leaves tree. Okay, also do guava mango tree leaves, and the moringa leaves. They are very good for medicinal and for immunity boosting. For most of these seeds, a majority of them you can get at the Kenya Forestry Seed Center at Kefri, that is in Muguka, near Nderi. Actually, it's about 23 kilometers on Nairobi, from Nairobi, on the Nairobi-Nakuru road. There are other things that there are other plants that we do, and those are the flowers. We have a lot of cactus. We do a lot of cactus. Where there is the ornamental cactus. We also do some the ornamental cypress. We also have the Italian cypress. We are also doing a lot of bougainvillea for edging. We do a lot of bougainvillea. Those are very, very, very good for making edges and all that. We also have euphorbia. We do euphorbia. There is ornamental euphorbia, and many others. We cannot exhaust the number of trees that we are working on, but my recommendation to anybody on this semi-arid area is to concentrate basically on the acacia. I'm very, very, very sure of the acacia. It does very well, but in any case, when you have enough water, all the trees can do very well, because it just depends on how you plant and how you manage. We cannot restrict it, but according to research, there are some zones that are recommended for certain trees. So before you go to buy seedlings, it's important. It's important you find out the zone, the kind of rainfall that is on your area. There are the highlands, there are the wetlands, and we have also the drylands or the semi-arid areas. And every area has got a variety of trees that can be planted. And we are also concentrating very much on the succulents, Succulents are plants that don't need watering most of the time, because they have their own water. And water a lot after they germinate. You just leave them, and we also doing a lot of the snake plants. These are you can use in the house. We have the chevron, and a lot of acacias. Acacia, I don't know acacia, I'm saying the cactus. Cactus is very good for our area in semi-arid. All kinds of cactus do very well here. We are even thinking of doing the dragon fruit. Dragon fruit is a cactus. I'm waiting to start planting them. We are actually preparing the area that we will do dragon fruit. We want to do it on a commercial basis. So we are also going to go into dragon fruit. The other area that I would recommend the other trees that I would recommend you to plant is the ones that I said are good for fodder. That is the Leucaena. That is very good because it has so many values, and it's very easy to grow. It's not complicated, and it does very well, and it has got so many uses. It has, like I had mentioned earlier, it has all kinds of uses, more than 7 or 8 uses that you can do at any small scale farm or even big scale farm. I think we will not discuss much at the moment. Unless there is something else that comes up, we will be able to let you know. But basically, let's first consume that for the time being. I will be able to maybe call one of my partners. He has arrived. I want him to talk a little bit on. I will interview him, and we will talk a little bit about how his journey, how we met, and we will maybe wind up there if the other partners are not available, because they had told me they might be able to show up today, but they had some other engagements. They kind of cancelled, cancelled the appointment last night, yesterday, yesterday, and they told me they might not be able to come. That is Cheusi and Cheupe. Those are the ladies that also do nurseries on Mombasa Road, and they have been very good supporters, very good partners, because what they do is sometimes they do the propagation at the tube level, and then I come and I transfer from tube to 6-9. 6-9 is the size of the paper that we transfer. I think after the seedlings are germinated in a tube, when you want them to grow bigger or to keep them for a longer period, you transfer them to a bigger poly bag. There are many sizes, up to 14. 14 is the largest. But we go from the smallest, we call the tube bags, the tubes, and then we go to 6-9. From 6-9, you go there to the 9, 10. There are many other sizes, but the biggest size is the 14. Without much ado, I think we should be able to introduce the new young man partner. He's my newest partner, and he's been very instrumental in reactivating my nursery. There is a point that I did not touch properly to bring it up, because it's a sad thing, but anything that finds some challenges improves and becomes better. What happened is in the year 2000 and in the year 2023, I was involved in an accident, and I've been off my tree nursery for about 2.5 years. So now that I've started again this year, it's for 2 years now. I've started again this year, and we are catching up, and I think we will do well. What had happened is that I got involved in an accident, and I've been hospitalized I've been off activity for about 2 years, but now I'm back, and we are going to do it. I still am using crutches, as you will see later, but I can do 1 or 2 things, and you can supervise and direct, so that the nursery is reactivated to its maximum. The other thing that I would like to point out is that the biggest takeaway on planting trees is that it improves the environment. Actually, that is one of the major things that people should realize. When you're doing when you're planting trees, you are serving the many, as it was said. It's actually biblical. You always should find a way to serve the many. Service to many leads to greatness. So that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to serve as many as we can, and we are trying to approach all the primary schools in the county, so that we start planting trees at the nursery, at the primary level schools. And if we do that, I think we will have reached everybody in the county. Then from there, we'll go to the area, to the region. From the region, we'll go national, and from national, then we'll go international. What can I do for the people? That is why we plant seedlings. Because what we can do for the people is plant seedlings. In any case, if there is anybody, any principal, head teacher, or primary school teacher, or anybody who is interested in planting trees, and they can get to Kinanie, you come, we will give you some seedlings to go and plant. Because we are even we are ready to give out seedlings. At least we can give a seedling to every primary school in the county. All the 40 wards are welcome. Anybody who hears us or listens to us and they are anywhere in Machakos County and they would like to plant some trees and they don't know how to do it, or they know how to do it but they don't know where to get the seedlings, they can come here. We'll give them at a reasonable rate. And as a matter of fact, as an introductory gesture, we are ready to supply. If the principal comes, we will supply at least 10 seedlings to every primary school that is ready to plant trees. And then from there we can now start nurseries at every primary school. And then that is a way to serve the many. Thank you. We did not give you the pricing or how we price our seedlings. But basically, the lowest price that you can get for our seedlings is from 50 shillings per seedling to the most expensive one would be about 1,500. So you can see the range is wide. So it will depend on which. We cannot, it depends on what kind of polybag it's planted in. There are others that go very high. Like, okay, you can also, you look at the palm trees. The palm trees, you will get them at about 1,500, and those are the most expensive ones. But the others can basically range from 50 to 250. You know, I'm talking about the normal Graveria, Acacia, Mukengeta. We call it Mukengeta. Mukengeta is a Sensenania. And those ones you can get at quite reasonable prices. And depending on the polytube it's in planted in, the price can go as low as 50 shillings. And ningependa kuwaeleza where you can find us. Musembi Nthenge Kinanie Farm is located next to Kinanie Primary School, just after the Kinanie Market Center. I'm neighbors to one of my biggest water suppliers ambaye tunamuita Captain John Moya. We put a signboard so you can always get us. We have a signboard just from Kinanie. It's less than a kilometer from the market center. We are just next to the primary school, therefore. And our email address is musesh@yahoo.com. musesh@yahoo.com. Musesh ni jina langu la mtaa, yaani ndio nikaifanya email yangu. Otherwise, my Gmail email is ottoedwardmusembinthenge. ottoedwardmusembinthenge@gmail.com. Our telephone number is 0722992440 or 0791010257. You can reach us there anytime, and we will be able to interact and do business and also partner. We are actually looking more for partners and people who can also, we are also looking for people who can show us how to do business. Like, I'm very grateful that Mr. Ngwele showed us how to plant trees, and he was here. We will show a few clips of his, he had a nursery there on Mombasa Road, but he has told me that he's relocating to Kinanie. So we are happy that he came to visit us when he saw our first video. So we are working with him. He's one of our instructors. he tells us one or two things. He told me that he started working at the same place that the young man who was here has just told us. Yeye alianza kufanya kazi huko pia akiwa kijana mdogo baada ya class 8. Yeah, he didn't manage to go to secondary school, but he's doing very well. He now is he has done this for about 30 years now, almost 30 years. So he almost 30 years now, and he's doing very, very well. Although that he had some little problems here and there with the location, but now he's acquiring a new place and he's going to relocate. I started at the Shell also on Namanga Road some years back, about 25 to 30 years ago. Yeah. So we are looking for more partners. The more partners we have, the better. Thank you very much.